the recent attacks have officials on high alert across the country. In San Francisco, the city's police union is now asking to rejoin the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force.
The city was part of the federal task force, but left in 2017. KTVU's Kristen Cafton has the story.
The terror attack in New Orleans on New Year's Day has law enforcement across the country and here in the Bay Area looking for how best to defend against similar attacks. Now, in a social media post, San Francisco's Police Officers Association has called for the city to rejoin the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. The POA saying the recent attacks, coupled with upcoming events in San Francisco, including the mayoral inauguration, the J.P. Morgan Chase Convention, and the NBA All-Stars game, now, they say, is the time to rejoin.
The eyes of the world are going to be on San Francisco basically for the next 2 months, right, to see how we handle these high-profile events.
The FBI describes the Joint Terrorism Task Force as, quote, the nation's front line of defense against terrorism, both international and domestic. The JTTF works to coordinate law enforcement efforts and facilitate communication. Rick Smith is a former FBI agent and security expert. He said in light of recent attacks, law enforcement needs every tool at its disposal to keep people safe.
It takes an event like this in New Orleans and Las Vegas to realize how important it is to have this coordination, this instantaneous coordination. You know, one command post. SFPD needs to be involved in this.
San Francisco left the Joint Terrorism Task Force in 2017 as President Trump took office for his first term. The American Civil Liberties Union of Northern California, Council on American Islamic Relations, and other organizations supported the move at the time, concerned the task force could infringe on the rights of law-abiding citizens. The San Francisco Police Officers Association argued that San Francisco should reconsider its position and that the city can work with the task force to protect the city from terrorism and protect the rights of the people.
I think it's a fine line. You know, everybody has to know what their part is, and they have to follow the rules.
The POA says now it's up to city leaders to determine the path forward.
Well, it's the police commission because they have to agree to the MOU, but that would be in conjunction with talking with the police chief, talking with the mayor, talking with the board of supervisors. So the decision makers in the city have to come to some joint agreement.
CAIR sent out a statement reading in part, quote, the San Francisco Bay Area Office of the Council on American Islamic Relations strongly opposes any efforts by the San Francisco Police Department to rejoin the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. We extend our condolences to all those impacted by the recent attack in New Orleans, but increasing collaboration with the JTTF will not make our communities safer. It will only further erode public trust and compromise essential civil rights protections. Now, we've also reached out to the incoming Lurie administration and the San Francisco Police Department to find out if, in fact, there are any discussions of rejoining the Terrorism Task Force. So far, we've not heard back. In San Francisco, Kristen Cafton, KTVU, Fox 2 News.